Yo, 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 what's up? Locozilla back at it again, bringing you a new Diablo Immortal video. And I'm going to do some Battlegrounds today for you guys because I got a new spec. And you can kind of see my gear. I'm kind of going over it a little. I'm not going in depth with it, but you can see everything I'm using. I just recently hit 155. You see him 150 or 150, but you see him 155 because I just grinded the hell out of it. But it hasn't been very long, and I tried to get a good chunk of H4 gear ready for me, but I just had horrible luck. So I don't have any like awesome 3x3s. I don't even have that many 3 stats in general, but you can kind of see my stats. I'm just shy of my 3k wings in this video, and I mean you can see my howlers. I only need 2 howlers left and some fodder and it's done or whatever, and I'll have my T2 wings. I'm not in a huge hurry for it. I mean, yeah, it's cool, but I'll probably hide them most of the time anyway. But this is a new spec, so that's why I'm making this video. I'll go over the spec in more depth later, but this is the very first time I'm using it. So this first one, I mean, you'll see. You know, I'm getting used to it here. I'm playing around and experimenting on what I need to do and how I need to do it. But you see that I don't do the greatest. I'm getting used to stuff, and so you see, I try to make this as pleasant as possible as far as like speeding it up where I need to, where there's not action, and making it palatable for you guys to actually watch. I think it's more like palatable, but I think I said it wrong, and I'm not going to start the whole recording over just because I said palatable. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about, you guys. You guys knew me, know me, and will continue to know me, and I am a goofball that messes up a lot. So yeah, that's that. And you can see that this, like I said, I will go over this build and my other. I have a couple of PvP and other builds and stuff, so I go over my armory later on in this video, and we'll kind of briefly talk about some stuff. I won't go into this like super depth. If you guys want to see something like, you know, a few minute video on me going in depth on what I picked, why I picked it, how I use it, and stuff like that, that would have to be another video, because this one's already kind of long. It's 3 matches where you see I'm progressing with this new set that new setup that I'm using. So I've just been wanting to practice on it. Like I said, this is the very first one here that I mean, I haven't used this like in the farming or anything. This is the very first time I used it. I had a friend kind of suggest most of this. I changed a few things that I wanted to tweak, and I got it to where I think I like it. And you'll see all the little things that I changed and worked on when I go over that later, when I go over the essences, and then also kind of discuss what's different from the other loadouts in my armory. And we'll kind of briefly go over some of that. I know I keep repeating myself, but it is what it is. I don't know if you guys rather me just kind of talk us through this, or if you want to play music, but I know you guys love hearing my deep, sexy voice. No? Alright. Well, maybe I'll play some music then. But you can see that I'm pretty sure that I do show like some of these guys' resonance at the end and stuff. We're pretty evenly matched. I'm a legend in the rank system or whatever, but I'm not like a super high legend, like where I'm getting matched with like JT and Tashi and stuff. So I'm at like 3,500, I think, maybe 3,600, somewhere around there, where I'm getting kind of put up against people that are pretty evenly matched with me, like 2,000 to maybe. Well, I don't see too many T2 wings with my matches. There has been times, but like my buddy Inmate, which he'll be on the channel a few times, I'm sure, because I'm always with my brother from another. But I'm sure if you're from my Lords community, you know who Inmate is. If you're new to the channel from just Diablo, Inmate's one of my really good friends that I've known for years. And we play games together and whatnot. And yeah, I forgot where I was even going with that, because ADHD and stuff. But yeah, so that's it for now. I'm gonna go ahead and play some music until the next match, when I can go into depth on what changed and what all that good stuff. So go ahead and enjoy the rest of this little bit of a match, and I'll come back in with some voice commentary on the next match. Actually, I think I go over the loadout first before the next match, so we'll talk about that then. All right, talk to you in a minute.
And a warning scribbled on my wall saying that you better turn around. Wouldn't be the first to try to burn me down. Your move, you do. Would you love me at my worst? Till the coffin's in the dirt. Try to break me like a curse. You know that will never work. I'm a little bit absurd. I like dancing on the verge. Anyone can love a pretty little mansion, but could you love a haunted, haunted house? Or could you love me now? A haunted, haunted, I'm a haunted house. A haunted, haunted house. If you're just like it out. A haunted, haunted, I'm a haunted house.
And I'm back. The end of the match is coming up here, right here. So we did win the match. But you can see here, I'm nowhere to be found. I scrolled down. I've only had 3 kills and got I get 4 deaths. So it wasn't great. But like I said, I was learning stuff. So here's the Essence Trader. I'll kind of go over briefly. You see them shield charge. I got an extra one for the stun. Vortex sucks them in. Draw and quarter, 30% extra. Very cool. Draw and quarter gives the damage when you run over them. Fallen Sword is that big thing that swirls around. Really cool. And Condemned, it automatically, all the power, boom, goes out and kills them. But it still sucks them in for the duration. That's why I like it. But here's the second match when I'm getting a little bit more confident with the build. I'm getting used to what I need to do and get out of the way and stuff. I still have really hard time, like a lot of people do, with like monks and necros and stuff, where they just perma-lock me and there's nothing I can do. But you can see I'm starting to get into the groove of things. I'm starting to really take advantage of my shield charge there and stunning them. And I've got my set piece for the CC on, where it gives me an extra second for that stun, where it makes the shield charge for a 4-second stun, and I got 2 charges on it now. So that's super cool. I like that. And like I was saying when we were going over I know I had to do it quick because I edited it where it was quick. But the horse, basically when I have my horse, I have the 30% extra because I have it set where it does damage. And it does quite enough damage to where if I'm going back and forth over like a mage or something, a necro or a wizard, if they're on the squishier side, the horse itself will take them down. It's pretty effective. And I don't know if this is like a meta kind of spec or something. I've never really seen it before. Maybe it is, but you guys will have to let me know on this. I don't really watch too many videos on Crusader. I do watch a lot of videos on Diablo Immortal, but I try to stay away from like what's good, what's this, what's the best of this kind of thing, because you'll fall into a trap. I think that you should play a game to have fun with it. So you play it your style, you play it your way, you know. Just because a spec works for somebody else really well doesn't mean it's going to work for your play style or what you're looking to do with the class. So I try to stay away from those kind of videos per se. So and I think you should too. Like, you should watch this for inspiration, and if you see something you like, adapt it and bring it into your build. I'm just going over this to show you what works for me, and hey, it might work for you. But so yeah, I got draw and quarter, which I really like, and at 30% extra, it lasts quite a while. Shield charge, the two charge on the shield charge is super awesome in PvP, man. I love that. And then Condemned is really nice to follow through with the Fallen Sword, because the Fallen Sword you toss on the ground and it does a good amount of damage, of like a swirl damage, and it hits really hard. So what's important is, if you can, which is not PvP Battlegrounds, it's action packed, it's happening fast, so sometimes you don't get perfect maneuvers, but basically you want to try to toss down the fallen sword and then use your condemned, because it sucks them in, to kind of crowd control them and suck them into the fallen sword swirl, which works great when you can do it. But even if you can't, the fallen sword is just really good damage if they'll go in and out of it, not really noticing that what it is. So all in all, this setup is great for me. It's my by far favorite setup for Battlegrounds, like far and beyond. I'll, like I said earlier in the video, show you the ones that I used to use, and B, the other Battlegrounds, well, the other PvP loadout that I have, and it's mainly just for vaults. Like if I'm in a group with people for vaults or some kind of other, because there are some new PvP events coming out, if you didn't know, tonight, because I'm editing and voiceovering this on the day that's supposed to, is having that little mini update that's bringing out the new PvP event. That's like a 15-person PvP event. Which I don't know if this spec will work. The other spec that I was talking about will work with that, because I think it's like a free-for-all thing from what I've heard. So, but you'll see, and I'll go over that later. You can see that I'm doing pretty good on this run, going back and forth and doing what I can to stop the other team here, and we're doing a really good job at this. And I think I do show some of their resonance and stats and stuff too, and they're really evenly matched overall with us as far as like combat rating and resonance in the 2Ks, the 2500s, and my team's not like huge. I don't know how many. I'm pretty sure I was one of the higher resonance, but not. There was another person that had like the same, right around the same resonance. So I think it was one of the other Immortal guys that did. He had like 27 or 2800 resonance as well. But yeah, so this spec this loadout is definitely working out great for me. Hopefully you see something you like. Also, I know a lot of people like to use the other primary attack, because it's got like the block and stuff for Battlegrounds, but I just prefer this one. Sacred Fire or whatever it's called. I prefer this. Sorry if I don't know everything exactly. I'm semi new to Crusader, not like new. I think it's 2 weeks now that I've been a Crusader. I started off as a Barbarian. I really enjoyed the Barbarian, actually, but then I switched to Monk, and I really loved Monk in Battlegrounds, but I didn't like it everywhere else. I didn't hate it. It just wasn't my style, where I felt like, yeah, this is what's up. This is what I like. So I went back Barbarian for like 4 days. And I'm like, I love Barbarian, but I just want something. I'm missing something. So I'm like, oh, let's try Crusader. And at first it was a little rough if you switch to a Crusader. Now that you can essence your reservist gear, that's amazing in this patch that's coming up. But yeah, without legendaries, it was pretty rough. But you can see I had 12 kills, 2 deaths. Not too bad there, right? So here's some their stats, and they kind of went over it pretty quick, with almost 7k RQR and some resonance or whatever. I know it was quick, but if you want to pause it and go back to it, that's cool. I needed to make the video as short as possible, because it's already 21 minutes long. But you can see I'm starting to get into my groove of things here, and you can see that I'm doing a lot better. I'm sure if I was matched with like 3k and 3500 uneven matched, Battlegrounds, that obviously I'd be getting pwned into the ground, because Crusader's not like the best ever class in Battlegrounds. Everyone's saying it's like the worst class Battlegrounds, which I don't think it is. I think it's I would give it like a B- tier. In Battlegrounds, it's not bad if you play it right with the right loadout, but it's not like A class, like a Monk or something, but or a Necro. But it's nice. So, but that's it for right now. I'm gonna play some music until the end, where I go over the other stats real quick. But go ahead and enjoy the rest of this match here, and I will talk to you in one more minute when we come back at the end of this match, and I will get back with you. All right. enjoy the rest of this match.
But I can go way harder. Every beat I'm on, yeah, you know that I slaughter. And I'm always looking gorgeous, chilling with somebody's daughter. Yeah, she loving me. Say she love the way my chain sit and contemplate. And of course it says my name if you wondering. To let you know who's finna blow. Always win and check the scope. I'm only losing control. Oh, I like losing control. I get high when I'm feeling a flow. My mind is focused and I'm ready to go. Ready to go. Nah, nah. Always win and check the scope. I'm only losing control. Oh. I like losing control. Fresh kicks. Lasers. Bring that drum. Is the sax alright? Fresh kicks, oh. We are testing the farming machine. Let's go to the second round. Okay, here we go. Lasers. Bring that drum. Is the sax alright? Fresh kicks, oh.
Was it the voice? Was it the fire burning in me? All of the noise turned into choirs of harmony. Left me with the pieces of forever that you broke. But since you left me alone, I've been high.
And I'm back. End of the match. Hope you enjoyed that and seen everything you needed to see see if you like this spec or not. But go ahead and victory there. You can see I'm MVP with 14 kills and 5 deaths. You can kind of see their combat. You can pause it or slow it down. But they're all combat ratings. They're all like 7K, and they're like, I don't know, 1,200 resonance to 2,500 resonance. But you see I'm going to the Armory. I'll show you my regular, the PvP that I do, like when I want the Conjuration of Light or whatever, the Conjuration of Light. I can't remember. Blah blah blah. You can see basically almost everything's the same. Only Concentration of Light there is the 30% extra, and I just like that for a little bit more survivability if I need it. But then this, that's the one I usually use, the BH Horse. And then PvP Glare is like what I would do for like vaults or something that I'm grouped with that I need banner or want to use banner, so the group can get it. As you can see, Holy Banner moves with me and gives it the, you know, increased thing and whatnot. But I like to use that if I need to help the group out as a whole. But also it has the PvP Glare, which is like a little laser thing, which I seem to like in PvP. And it's what I used to use all the time until I switched to the other one. So which one do you think is more effective? I like the one, the BG Horse one that I used and used throughout the video. But what do you think? All right, that's it now. Peace.